FC Dallas will hit the road once again on Saturday afternoon as they head to the nation's capital to face DC United. It'll be a proving match for many Dallas players with international call-ups in full swing. And how can FCD get their first road result of 2016? We'll discuss it next in Keys to the Match, driven by Toyota. Last weekend, it was the Dallas defense bouncing back in a big way, posting their second clean sheet of the season while shutting down one of the league's hottest attacks.
Yeah, and despite the highlight reel goals, for me, this was the biggest story from Saturday's win, and the thing that Oscar Pereira will be most pleased with. And the FC Dallas defensive response was just fantastic. They limited the turnovers out of the back, and they had Montreal game plan perfectly, keeping one of the highest scoring teams in the league to just 2 shots on goal. But now the task for Dallas is to do it on the road, missing some key players.
And that back line will be tested with 7 players called up on international duty this week. 4 of those being defenders. The FCD depth will be tested, which was a key piece in the offseason.
Yeah, and every time FC Dallas added a player this offseason, the message was the same. They wanted to have a 28-man roster with every player being able to contribute. And what a luxury it is for FC Dallas to have players like Zach Lloyd, Chris Seitz, proven MLS starters to come off the bench. And they'll also be relying on their veterans, guys like Fabian Castillo and Victor Ulloa, to come up big in this one.
Turning our eyes to the opponent, DC is without a win in 2016, but Dallas knows all too well that anything can happen in any given game, especially on the road.
Yeah, and they learned that in week 2 against Houston, and there is no easy road game in MLS, but to get a result in DC, they need to replicate the things they did that saw them win against Montreal, protecting the ball, pressuring high up the field, and taking those scoring chances while remaining patient. And for FCD's young players, this is a great opportunity to prove they deserve a starting lineup spot in a place, DC United, where they haven't won since 2010.
Saturday's match will be shown locally on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel with Mark Followell and Brian Dunseth on the call, or you can tune into the radio broadcasts in English on 100.7 FM The Word with Steve Davis, or in Spanish on 1270 AM Amor Celestial with your host, Carlos Alvarado. Well, that does it for this week. For Keys to the Match, driven by Toyota, I'm Carter Baum.
And I'm Daniel Robertson. We'll see you next week.